Hey TikTok. So I wanted to talk about my own experiences when it came to um, my interactions with spirits, right? Um, and I'm sure most of you have experienced this, and so I figure why not share it and let's talk about it. What are your experiences? Put them in the comments. Tell me. I would love to hear about them. So there was one time where I would take the city subway to school every day. And I would see this man come in with this long black trench coat, a top hat, which I've never seen anyone wear, in this century, um, and a scarf. Very, very pale. Like there was no color to this man. Like it's as white as it can come. And I watched him because he was so different. And just sat there so perfectly still, no emotions in his face, nothing. I mean, he didn't even turn to look at what stop, we were stopping at. And when it was time to get up, without looking, he just got up and left. He always got off the stop. He got on the stop after me. He got off a stop before me. And I started to take notice each day that, this is happening, that no one else is looking at this guy. No one else is looking at him, but no one is sitting in that chair. So I'm like, okay, you know, am I just seeing this? I was very confused. But at that time, there was things that I would see that other people did not see. So sometimes I'd be on the train with someone else, but I didn't want to ask, hey, do you see this guy? Because I didn't want to seem weird. I was in high school. It's just, I didn't want to be the weird one out. So I was the quiet one that had no patience, a very bad temper, um, very bad temper. But it was just for other students. If it was an adult, I was completely different. I just had no tolerance for other students. Like, I hated them. I thought they were just stupid. And that was just my mind. Like, I didn't have whatever. But anyway, I'm shutting off again. um, I remember running up my stairs and I had this metal railing and I would run because I would walk and then I felt like somebody's chasing me. Like you would hear the footsteps, boom, 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 boom. So I'm starts running up the stairs, and as I'm running up the stairs, I feel the vibration on the metal railing, and I never wanted to turn around and look, but I knew there was nobody downstairs because everybody was upstairs sleeping. So that used to bother me. That used to freak me out. Um, this is all when I was, younger and before I learned not to be afraid. I was sitting in my car one time and I see somebody running. Oh, one day I was sitting at a table. I think we were at a nightclub. We were at a nightclub with my friend Alexis. My boyfriend was a DJ at the time, and her boyfriend. And all of a sudden, I get up and I have like this anxiety and this panic attack, and I'm like, I gotta go, I gotta go. And she's like, what's wrong? I gotta go, I gotta find my father. And she already knew who I was, like how I was. She knew about my gifts, so she was like, okay, she coming with me. I'm like, okay, you don't have to. So she came with me and we went driving around. I literally spent the night looking for my father. Um, he wasn't home. He wasn't at my grandmother's house, and we were just going around looking at different spots that I thought he would be at. Couldn't find him. I went home crying. Like something wrong. Something happened to my dad. So I find out later on that he got jumped. He got jumped and they left him, and he was cold at night, just beat the fuck up. So thankfully he was okay, but that happened. And at the moment that happened, I rose from my seat feeling the need to go and find my father. You know, what else? There's been a moment. There was a time where we were again on the city subway. Um, so as I said before, I emit these feelings, and there was a blind man standing against the gate at the Broad Street station, and he was so reluctant to move forward, like he was scared, and you can see he was like trying not to cry, and he's wants to move forward, but he holds back, and he's scared, and he's talking to himself, and I couldn't hear what he was saying, but I know he was just afraid to move forward to get on the train. So I'm watching him again because I'm like, okay, is this in my mind? Or like, am I just seeing him? Or does anybody know? Does anybody else see him? Like, is it just me? So I wait and I look and I see people looking at him. No one is approaching him. And I'm standing near him, about maybe 5 feet, and he senses me. And his whole personality just changed, and he's just like waiting for me to say something. So finally, I get closer to him and I say, "Do you need help getting on the train?" And he said, "Yes." He says, "Yes." So I said, "Okay. When the train gets here, I'll let you know." So I said, "All right, put your hand on my shoulder. Put your hand out." I grabbed his hand and I put it on my shoulder. Follow me to the train. I said, I'm guiding him in. Hold on, take a big step. There's a gap, blah, 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 whatever. Fine. I get him on the train. I sit him down. I said, "What stop you need to get off at?" I remember this. Davenport. I said, "Okay." No. It was, I got off at Davenport. Franklin Street, which is the last stop. So I said, "Oh, I'll be right back. I'm going to go tell the driver so he can help you off because I get off before you." So I told the driver, I said, "Listen, there's a man back there. He's blind. He's going to need help getting off." The driver said, "No problem. I saw you getting on with him." I said, "Okay." So now I'm feeling better that this is not all happening in my head or that I'm not the only one seeing him. Um, so I'm standing next to him. Train was crowded. And he says, it was a good maybe 5 or 10 minutes that passed, and he says, Angel, are you there?" So I was like, "Oh," he called me Angel. Oh. So I said, yeah, I'm still here. So when the guy in front of him notices that he's blind and I'm talking to him or whatever, he offers his seat to me. So I sit down. So now I'm sitting in front of him. I turn around so that we're face to face. And he says, "Thank you. Thank you for giving me hope. Thank you for showing me that there are people out there who still care enough to help. I can't tell you what that means to me because I was going to give up." I want to cry right now just to think about it. And it just like broke my heart. And he wanted to reach out to touch, so I let him touch so he could see what I look like. And then he asked to hold my hands. When I held his hands, the exchange of energy is real. Oh, it's like I took all his pain, all his fears, everything. I just absorbed it like I was taking it out of him. And he was happy, full of hope. And that made me feel like, wow, it was amazing. And I never knew that the exchange of energies that way existed. Like, that was my first time experiencing that. Um, and since then, I learned how to do that to help people when I need it. And then I have to go and help myself. But I think that's interesting. So if you guys have anything to share, I would love to hear it. And if you're afraid to share it, if you're afraid to do a video, tell me the story and I'll put it up there for you.